So as we step into this calendar year, there are a lot of uncertainties which are there. On the global front, if you look at the Trump trade, which is to some extent being played out currently, and what it does to tariff wars and the currency, I think that's going to be the key thing to watch out in the first half or the first quarter of this calendar year. Also, we have seen that there is the normalization of growth, right? We've seen a very strong growth after COVID, especially in the corporate earnings growth. That is now normalizing back to the kind of a long-term average growth rate of around 12 to 13%. And there has been a short-term slowdown in the economy, which has been there because of the slightly on the fiscal side. Okay, we have seen that the government spending has been a bit slower. So I think those things should normalize, and as we step in, I think we should see after a couple of quarters, the earnings growth, which is now tracking around single digit, should go back into double digit. But more so on the valuations, if you look at the large cap, the Nifty, it is now after the correction, what we have seen is somewhere closer to the long-term average. So we would expect there at least the returns should track the earnings growth going forward. Obviously, there could be some volatility because of the liquidity and how the FI flows flow in. But the mid-cap and small-cap segment, where also the growth is now converging, okay, what we have seen in the large-cap space, but the valuations are much higher. There, I think there could be some risk, okay, of more normalization of valuations and where there could be risk to return. But more, I think this year what we're seeing is that the market breadth is likely to kind of narrow down. What we have seen, unlike in the last 3-4 years, and the market will be much more stock specific, more bottom up. I think that will be the key in terms of generating outperformance. Overall, we would expect more moderate returns for equities, at least for the Nifty in this calendar year.
You've also mentioned that when it comes to looking at global outlook, currency is something that needs to be monitored. So how do you see the Indian rupee performing this year?
So Rupee, if you look at, despite the recent depreciation, what we have seen actually has done much better, right, compared to all other global currency. It's because the US dollar has appreciated significantly, right? That's where we've seen the appreciation. Rupee has become slightly overvalued over a period of time because of the large inflows what we have seen. We see the rupee is overvalued by around 3% also. There could be some normalization of that trade in the coming quarters or so. And to that extent, we expect that the rupee could depreciate down to around 88 by the end of this calendar year.